I just wanted to show you an example of how to actually create this all. I'm using a Mac, but you're going to do something similar if you were using Windows. So the way you're going to start out here is on a Mac, you're going to run this command from the shell, from a terminal window. So I'm in the directory where I want to save my hello world.html file. So I'm going to run this command. I'll just zoom in a little bit for you. And this is going to run Xcode, which is a really nice development environment that you have that's built into a Mac, or you might have to download it, but you can download it. It works really well when you want to develop apps for your Apple Watch, or apps for your iPhone, or apps for your Mac. It's a little bit weird when you want to use it to do things that aren't for your phone or for your Mac or for your watch. And so there's a special command you have to use if you want to just edit pure HTML and JavaScript. All right, so I just ran the command, and now I've got this editor, and I can start writing HTML. So I'm just going to say doc type HTML. Yeah, I'll make this a little bigger too so you can see it. Okay. I'm going to put a body statement here, and inside the body statement, I'm going to say script type equals text JavaScript. This is kind of nice because it's doing a little bit of autocomplete for me. Source equals hello world. Make this a little bigger. Hello world.js. All right, that closes the script. I'm going to close the body. Get that indentation right. And then we'll close the HTML. Okay, so that's the hello world HTML file. So we're just going to save that to our local directory. Remember, this is all on the client, so we're not doing anything right now on our Amazon Web Services machine because we haven't contacted the Python Flask web program or web app code. All right, we're going to save that. And now I'm going to create a second file, hello world.js. Okay, so hello world.js is going to contain document.write hello world. In fact, let's be even pickier. I'm going to say paragraph hello world. Oh, let's do H1. Make it a header 1. So we're basically saying, hey, write to the HTML document this H1 element that contains hello world. A few exclamation points there too. Okay, and I'm also going to do a console.write hello world to the console. All right, cool. Now we'll save that. And now we should be able to view it. So the way we're going to view it is I'm going to go to my web browser. And, well, actually, I can just use this. I can use the Finder. So in the Finder, I'm going to find my hello world.html page, and I'm going to load it. Here we go. Oh my gosh, hello world. So think about what just happened here. Let's go back to the Xcode for a second. So we have the script directions to go find the script hello world.js and execute the code in hello world.js. The code in hello world.js says do a document.write, create an H1 element and call it hello world. And we're also going to do a console write that says hello world to the console. So we'll take a look at that in just a second. All right, so there it is executing. This is an H1. Now let's do a view page source. So the view page source says, there's our HTML, there's the script, execute this code hello world.js, and there's the code for hello world.js. Cool. So the code got executed. Now, are there any tools that we can use to kind of observe this code or do anything with it? You know, like a really nice debugging development environment. Um, because it would be nice, other than just running the program, to be able to get some information. You know, like in Python, what we're able to do is say, okay, you know, set if you want to find out, if you want to have some debugging information in your program, you write the debugging information out to a logger, all right? And then you could look at the terminal window and get some debugging information all the while your web application is showing up in the web browser. So it'd be nice if we had something similar here. And it turns out that built into the web browser, built into your Chrome web browser, we have some developer tools. So if you go over to this little dot dot thing here, and you go down and you select more tools, and you go down and you select developer tools, voila. We have this incredible set of tools that can let you observe the behavior of your code. So this is really cool. Right here is the HTML for the web page. Now it looks a little bit different than the raw HTML because this h1 hello world appeared in here inside the HTML, and it appeared in here because this hello world.js got executed. Very cool. There's a lot of ways of viewing this code. One way we can view the code is by looking at the pure HTML that the render is supposed to browse, and that's HTML that's being that was generated in part from the HTML file, but also in part from the hello world.js file that got executed. We can also look at sources. So sources allows us to look at the code that's in the hello world.js file. Now, interestingly, we got this little red X here that indicates that there's something not cool going on with this second line of code. First line of code looks good, but the second line says uncaught type error, console.write is not a function. Huh. That means that there's an error there, which we're going to have to fix. We can also get similar feedback if we go to console. So console is the place where your logger can write out, where you can write output to get some feedback about what's happening in your program. And we can see here, uncaught type error, console.write is not a function. So maybe what I did is I did not write out I did not use the right method name for console. So console.write is incorrect. So I have to figure out what the correct method name is. I actually happen to know what the correct method name is. It's console.log, not console.write. So we have to make that change. So let me go in here, back to our code here and change this to console.log, and then we'll save that. And we'll go over here and we'll do a refresh. Oh, that's much better. So we have hello world, that was fine before, but now I don't have a red X next to the console.log, so that indicates that that worked correctly. Now if I go over here to console, oh, by the way, did you notice I don't have semicolons at the end of these lines, even though I think I might have put that in the handwritten code that I had in your notes a moment ago. Semicolons in JavaScript are optional. You can have them there or not. If you like them, great, put them there. If you don't like them, you can change it. Okay, so let's go to this console, and now look at this. The console has hello world to the console. Let's go back to the code, and console.log said print the string hello world to the console. So that's really cool. We can write to the log to get some feedback about what's going on, and that will show up in this console tab. Or we can write to the HTML page, and that will show up actually in the HTML.